Hi, I'm feeling inspired to talk about the monkey mind, inner critic, call it the ego or shadow. It's been a friend of mine for a long time, and I've talked about him, I've written about him. He's a he for me. I used to call him Pete. And what came to me was, I think I talk a lot about the monkey mind and I talk a lot about the inner critic, and I think many people might think, well, at this stage with all your work, wouldn't you think that you don't have that monkey mind anymore? And guess what? That's my monkey mind kicking in. And what's really interesting is that I think most of us are taught to either ignore it, push it down, manage it. Who wants to look at our shadow? We're taught to be afraid of the dark. Again, I've talked about all of this, but it's just coming together today. And I really don't like that word manage, because managing for me just means pushing it down for it to show up even bigger the next day. And so what I really wanted to share was the thing that's worked for me, and you can hear my voice changing, is to love my monkey mind, to love my shadow, to love my ego self, because we are shadow and we are light. And much as we'd like to not be it and not feel it, it is a part of us. And it's a part of us that's showing up to be loved. And through all of my years of having this monkey mind, this inner critic with me, that is what has been the most effective, because when we can love ourselves, when we can love that self that stops us or tries to stop us from doing stuff, everything changes. Because I've spent my life battling it, pretending it doesn't exist, and that's so exhausting. And breathe. And it has a purpose. It's here to show us that we are shadow and we are light. And we can move along together, not in spite of our monkey mind. Because at the end of the day, everything is love. And imagine if we could love our fears, and it feels like such an alien concept, because it feels like there is always a battle going on between love and fear. And yet when we truly love, it's like poof. The fear just melds into love. Imagine a young child who has been upset, whose mum just loves him even while he's kicking and screaming, even while he's losing it, even while our teenagers might say they hate us because, bless them, we're the only person that they can be angry with. Our children have meltdowns with us because during school they're not allowed. And so just breathing. I needed to mention a conversation I had with someone, because people come into our lives for a reason. There is no such thing as coincidences. And what are the chances of me having a conversation with someone and getting onto the subject of their near-death experience? And of course, this is not the only person. Anita Morjani, I feel the need to mention her beautiful book, Dying to Be Me. And I was told, I asked for a takeaway from them about their experience, and they said, we are love. We are all just love. Everything is love. That's making me feel quite emotional. And what if we could remember that? Through those days when everything feels so much, just remember, we are love. You are love. I am love. And breathe. And so I am feeling inspired to create a journey. I don't like the word course. There are so many words that I am letting go of. The old way of describing things. And so I am creating a journey, or it is being created through me, to help us to learn to love our monkey mind. And if that feels like the furthest from the truth for you, then maybe it's calling to you. And so I just wanted to leave this with you today amongst all of the energies. This is a remembering. This is a time to remember that we are love. And this is from a person who a lot of people think is always sparkly. I'm really not. I've looked into the abyss. I have felt the terror of the shadows, my shadow self. I have had days where I didn't think I could get up, or never mind, get through the days. I have experienced the lowest forms of emotion that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And yet they have been those journeys through the dark nights towards another awakening to my true self. And so I say this, all of this, not as someone who is all high vibe and sees only the light. This is as someone who has been through the experience, because that is part of my journey, is going through the experience and then being a guide to others to help them to move through. So it is my dearest wish that you pick this up on a soul level. It is my dearest wish that you remember the true magnificence of who you really are. And breathe. And so I am wishing you a blessed day, a blessed night, a blessed week, and rest of the month. Namaste.